Good morning. I'm delighted to welcome Foreign Minister Qureshi to London to discuss our strategic partnership. I wish Pakistan well in the Cricket World Cup, although I was sad to see them perform quite so well against England. The scale of our people-to-people links and the personal connections between our two countries is truly extraordinary. We've had very good discussions today about bilateral trade, cooperation in multilateral arenas, regional tensions and working together to reduce them, about climate change and about poverty alleviation. I'm absolutely delighted that the Secretary of State for International Trade doubled available support for exports to Pakistan from up to 400 million to up to 1 billion. This means that UK firms will be able to win contracts to supply equipment, infrastructure or services in Pakistan, safe in the knowledge they'll be paid. And I'm also delighted, as we discussed, that British Airways has just restarted direct services from London to Islamabad, and that shows the close links between our two countries. Pakistan and the United Kingdom have been great friends for many, many years, and today is a reaffirmation of that friendship. And I'm particularly delighted to see my friend Foreign Minister Qureshi here, who I've met before, spoken to on many occasions, and we have an excellent working relationship, and the relationship between our two countries will go from strength to strength.
Well, I want to begin by thanking the Foreign Secretary for taking out time, particularly at a time when he is so occupied for reasons, very obvious reasons. He's taken up time. We've had a very good discussion. We've had a very good discussion on, as he said, regional issues, on where Pakistan stands in the peace and reconciliation process in Afghanistan, how this government, the present PTI government, played its role in de-escalation and diffusing a very tense situation in February, this year, after the Pulwama incident, how the measures and how we have moved on dealing with issues of money laundering and terror financing and FATF, which is under discussion in Orlando right now. We've had a discussion on where Pakistan stands, what the approach of our government is, and what should be done for the plenary that takes place in September. We've also discussed the progress that we have made. The review of the dialogue had to take place in 2018 because of transition and elections. It did not happen. We've just done that. The officials met and we exchanged views on what has been achieved and what can be achieved. There's a huge potential for investments. There's a huge potential for bilateral trade. Our economic relations do not reflect the warmth and the political relations that we have. There is a large diaspora in United Kingdom that can be very positively engaged to build bridges between two cultures and societies, and there's a lot that can be done. So we've discussed a range of things. When I met the Home Secretary, we discussed issues of visas and other difficulties, the extradition treaty, the readmission agreement, stuff like that. In DFID, we've had a good discussion on how, the amount, United Kingdom, the largest program DFID has is Pakistan today, in the world. So how do we utilize that money to the best advantage of both countries? So thank you for your time and thank you for receiving me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So I think we've got time for a couple of questions. First question, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I have a question, I think is related to both of you. There is no doubt in that fact that Great Britain is a great ally of Pakistan, and it has been giving aid for a long time in the sector of education, health and other. But the core issue of Pakistan is the corruption, and as PTI government has been working to bringing back the looted money. And have you ever discussed this issue as well? Because unexplained wealth order has been implicated for the last year, but we haven't seen that any case is decided or bring up. Did you discuss that?
Yes, let me answer that first and say we have had a lot of discussions about that in both one-on-one meetings and in the wider meeting. And I've been very encouraged at the strong commitment to tackling corruption by the government of Pakistan, the progress that's been made on FATF, and we spent a long time talking about additional progress that can also be made in that area. But I think there is a very clear recognition from our friends in the Pakistani government that the only way for Pakistan to progress is to do more to tackle the scourge of corruption, and I think important progress is being made.
I'll just add to that, in my discussion with the Foreign Secretary, I shared with him the importance the PTI government and Prime Minister Imran Khan gives